Tony Robbins, Unleashing Inner Strength Through Fear Mastery. Let me tell you this, have you ever felt like you're stuck in a rut, unable to break free from your fears? You might be wondering, what if I told you that there's a way to master fear and unlock your inner strength? That's where Tony Robbins comes in, with his latest book, Unleashing Inner Strength Through Fear Mastery. Here's something you should know. Tony Robbins has been one of the most influential figures in personal development for decades, and his insights can truly transform your life. In the world of self-help, it's easy to get lost in the sea of advice, but what sets Tony Robbins apart is his ability to make complex concepts accessible and actionable. Let me tell you this, one of the foundational pillars of his work is the concept of fear mastery. He argues that fear is not just an emotion but a powerful tool when harnessed correctly. It's a natural human response to danger, but instead of letting it control us, we can use it to our advantage. Here's something you should know about Tony Robbins. He didn't always believe in himself. In fact, he struggled with severe anxiety and depression throughout his early years. But through his own journey, he learned how to master his fears and turn them into powerful tools. He used his experiences to help others overcome their fears and achieve their goals. This personal transformation is what fuels his passion and dedication to helping others. Now let me tell you this, fear is not something we should avoid, but rather embrace and understand. We all face fears every day, whether it's public speaking, failure, or even simple everyday tasks. The key is not to eliminate these fears entirely, but to learn how to manage them effectively. Tony Robbins believes that fear is a signal, not an enemy. It tells us when we're approaching something that could potentially harm us. Once we recognize this signal, we can take steps to mitigate its impact. Here's something you should know. One of the most significant obstacles to overcoming fear is the belief that we're not capable of handling it. We often convince ourselves that we're weak or inadequate because of our fears. But the truth is, everyone is capable of mastering their fears, and the first step is acknowledging that you have the power within you to do so. It's not about erasing your fears, but about learning how to navigate them. Tony Robbins uses a powerful technique called the Fear Challenge to help people confront their fears. Imagine if you were asked to stand up in front of a large audience and speak, which many of us dread. Instead of avoiding this situation, you can use the Fear Challenge to face your fear head-on. By setting a specific goal and breaking it down into smaller, manageable steps, you can gradually build your confidence and overcome your fear. One of the most compelling stories from Tony Robbins' book is his own experience with fear. In his youth, he was terrified of heights. Every time he climbed a ladder or stepped onto a balcony, he felt a rush of panic. But instead of giving in to his fear, he decided to challenge it. He started by standing at the base of a ladder and slowly climbed higher each time, eventually reaching dizzying heights. What he discovered was that his fear was not about the height itself, but rather the unknown and uncertainty associated with it. Once he acknowledged and understood this, he was able to conquer his fear. Another crucial lesson from Tony Robbins is the importance of visualization. He suggests creating vivid mental images of yourself succeeding in whatever you fear. This practice helps you mentally rehearse the scenario, making it more familiar and less daunting. For instance, if you're afraid of public speaking, imagine yourself delivering a successful presentation flawlessly. The more you visualize yourself succeeding, the more likely you are to feel confident and prepared when the actual moment arrives. But here's something you should know, overcoming fear is not just about individual success. It's about empowering others around you. Tony Robbins believes that true leadership lies in inspiring others to overcome their fears. He shares real-life stories of individuals who have transformed their lives through his teachings. One such story is about a woman named Sarah who was paralyzed from the waist down due to a spinal cord injury. Sarah had always been an active and adventurous person, but her accident shattered her dreams. However, she decided to challenge her fear and found inspiration in Tony Robbins' teachings. She began practicing visualization exercises and faced her fear of being confined to a wheelchair. Slowly but surely, she regained her confidence and even started competing in adaptive sports. Sarah's story is a testament to the power of fear mastery. It's not just about personal growth, but also about making a positive impact on the lives of those around us. When we overcome our fears, we inspire others to do the same. As Tony Robbins says, the best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others. So how can you begin your journey towards mastering your fears? Here's a simple 3-step process inspired by Tony Robbins. 1. Identify your fears. Write down the things that scare you the most. Make sure they are specific and clear. 2. Break them down. Divide each fear into smaller, manageable parts. For example, if you're afraid of public speaking, break it down into different aspects like preparing your speech, practicing in front of friends, and then presenting in front of larger groups. 3. Visualize success. Spend time visualizing yourself succeeding in each part of the process. Imagine the feeling of accomplishment and the positive outcomes. Remember, mastering your fears is not about perfection but progress. Each small victory brings you closer to conquering your biggest fears. As Tony Robbins would say, your life is a reflection of your beliefs, and your beliefs are shaped by the stories you tell yourself. In conclusion, Tony Robbins, Unleashing Inner Strength Through Fear Mastery, is a transformative read that offers practical strategies for overcoming fear. His journey from personal struggle to global influence serves as a powerful reminder that we all have the potential to overcome our fears and become unstoppable. The next time you face a challenge, remember that fear is just a signal, not a barrier. Embrace it, understand it, and let it guide you towards your goals. Here's something you should do now. Pick up a copy of Tony Robbins' book and start your journey towards mastering your fears. As you read, imagine yourself becoming stronger, braver, and more confident. And when you encounter challenges in your own life, think back to Tony Robbins' teachings and use them to empower yourself. Remember, the power to unleash inner strength lies within you, waiting to be unlocked. So take that first step today and let your fears become your greatest allies.